Here we go. Hi, everyone. Carolyn, it's been forever. I know you're on summer vacation already. Is it going well?
It is. I just got back from Texas Art Ed Leadership Retreat.
Oh, nice, nice. Hi, Patricia, Tyler, Renee, how you doing? Okay, I'm just gonna wait a couple more minutes for some stragglers and then we'll start.
I just got home from work, so I'm gonna turn my video off so I can eat.
Okay, no problem. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Sure.
That's Trisha, my student who I invited.
Oh, great. I'm gonna do some last minute stuff. My Sammy's here. He won't.
Aw.
Yeah. It'll be interesting if I can get my desk back while he's. Are you gonna let me work? Huh? You gonna let me work?
Get my colored pencils.
Actually, that's a good idea. A little bit disorganized today.
Are you still in school, Steph? How much longer do
Yeah,
y'all have?
I have one more week. We have off to tomorrow, and then we have one more week of regents and all that stuff, and I have to break down my classroom and do inventory and put everything away, and I'm dreading that.
Yeah,
That's like, I think that's the worst part.
it is. Like, why do we have to do that every year? Like,
We have There's so much to do in our own classroom. It's not like any other classroom, and it's just exhausting just thinking about it all. Hmm.
so my book is drying. Is there anything I'm going to be able to do, or am I just hanging out and watching?
Well, you can do stuff outside the book
Okay.
that you can then paste into the book, but you really
Okay.
can't glue anything or do anything in the book while it's still wet because it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, that's the worst part of the bookmaking is just the prep of the book because
Yeah.
it's labor intensive.
Yeah. I RSVP'd a while back, and then when the reminder popped up, I'm like, I need to get my stuff ready.
Oh, I should post, let's see if I could put it in the chat. Can we put documents in the chat? Yes, we can. Look at that. Okay. From my computer. I'm gonna drop in your template,
Okay.
Marilyn.
And you can give them that PDF of the book too if you want.
Okay, let's see. Um, it was called the Color Zine Public Domain Images, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might be able to drop it in myself.
I got it. I got
Okay.
it.
I wasn't sure if I could. That's why I sent it to you.
Okay. And open and post. Okay, so there's two items that I just shared with you guys from Meryl in the chat if you want to download them and print them out.
So the rainbow template Does much better if you can print it onto cardstock, if you have that available, white cardstock. Um, but if you don't and you just want to play with the idea, paper's fine. And I usually use, oh God, what's it called? Nina vellum finish cardstock because it's not shiny. So the shiny stuff works good for magic for markers, but if you want to do watercolor or colored pencil or something, the vellum finish is better.
I think we're kind of just gonna like do a show and tell of our books, and then maybe walk you through a couple of the things that we did in ours to show you how we did it.
Steph, what if I start by showing them about coloring in the rainbow? That way they could, if they want to, while they're
Mhm.
watching show and tell, they can color in their rainbow.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody, this is my, let me introduce what we're doing. So
Okay.
this is my friend Meryl Ann. We met years ago through the, how did we meet
We
again?
met through the ATC trade on from
Oh,
the Virginia
right.
Art Educators. Yeah.
Right. So we became each other's favorite swap mates in an artist trading card group. And then kind of we took it private
Yeah, we
because,
traded on the black market when we
yeah.
could get each other's cards.
That's right. And so we became fast friends, and we decided that we wanted to do a collaborative book project, and we were both kind of feeling the weight of what is happening in the world and thought, let's do a book of joy to remind ourselves to just stay joyful and not get sucked into the misery that's out there. And initially, we were going to work on our own books for a few months and then ship our own books to each other so we could work in each other's books. And then life did what it does, and we didn't get a chance to do that. Um, but I think we're going to have a play date this summer, and I'm going to go visit Maryland in Virginia, and we're going to work on each other's books in her studio. So that's going to be very fun.
That'll be fun. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we initially made a list of all the things that bring us joy individually, and compared our lists, and a lot of things overlapped. A lot of things overlapped, and that was very cool. And then we had to do the prepping of our books while our minds percolated on how we're going to do our pages. So I don't know if any of you have ever prepped a book before, but the process is basically you get a hardcover book and you count out 5 pages and then tear out the next 5 and count 5 more and do that until you finish the pages. And then you're going to glue each set of pages together to make one thick page so that it's strong enough to hold whatever that you put in it. And you have to let that dry. And then once it's dry, you can do anything to those pages that you like. So I picked up a book in a thrift store that I really liked, and I'll just show my book here. And I really liked the red cover. I did a really good job with my sleeve. Hold on. There
It
we go.
fits well.
Okay, so this is the book that I found at the thrift store. And inside all the little pages, the bunches are glued together. And first started I did something easy so as not to pressure myself. Oh, I'm sorry. I took away your thing. So you wanted to do the why don't you show them your pop-up page, and I'll get back to this when Meryl's finished.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you gonna like put the camera on me or something?
I can do that.
Okay.
Let me spotlight you.
Okay. And then I'm gonna put my okay. I'm not okay.
There you go.
So this is my book, and I'll show you the page with the rainbow on it, and then so you can start. Can I show them a couple of pages or what?
Yeah, go
Can I
ahead.
do a
I
couple of
think
pages?
you're upside down. Are you? Yeah, you're upside down.
No, it's right. It's good.
Oh, okay. There
Maybe
we
you're upside down.
go.
So I was really lucky. I went out to find the book, and I found this one called "Be Happy," and that's the book jacket, which I'm probably going to cut off and put in there. And I read a little bit of it, and it wasn't that great, so I didn't feel at all bad about cutting it up. But it does have some really cool aspects to it. So this is my let me move this a little bit. This is my frontispiece page, and this is just things that make me happy, bubbles and stuff. And this is interesting. I got a punch, a hexagon punch, and just punched a bunch of hexagons out of different bubble paper. And so then I do a lot with greeting cards. So this is a greeting card. We picked our favorite artists that gave us joy, and one of them for me is Laurel Birch. And so I just cut the opening out because this is hand marbled paper and I wanted to be able to see it. And then around here it says, as you think thoughts that feel good to you, you will be in harmony with who you really are. So this is all Laurel Birch stuff. And then, so this is sort of also the frontispiece page, and this is the title page, Book of Joy, which I might do more stuff to. And so that's acrylic paint. And then this is letters pasted on there. And then my perspective is that there's no way to have too many rhinestones, so I'm putting rhinestones on everything. I tell my students, how can you tell if something needs rhinestones? And the answer, of course, is if it doesn't have any. So now this is the page I lost the other day. So I got this idea from Steph. You'll see she did something similar in hers. These are mandalas that I painted, and I just put them, they're like big, like 4 feet. And I just put them on here and made little openings. So I printed this on the other side of the page so it looked pretty. And then it's going to open up and have little sayings on there. And then this that says hello happiness is actually written on the page of the book. And then happiness, the hummingbird card in the medicine deck, is actually the card of joy. So I did a whole page about hummingbirds. And this is, oh God, what's that girl's name? Let me look. Jody Bergsma. Okay, Jody Bergsma. I love her art. And so this is hers and this is hers. She did a tarot deck. And and then I like to have a lot of extra texture in here. So this is a fabric, iron-on fabric applique. And then, yeah, so. And then this is what I'm going to show you tonight, how to do this. Let me see. How to do this pop-up. So this is like a pop-up rainbow. So that's what your handout is. And actually, if you feel like you want to color it, I just started coloring mine. And you're welcome to use this with your students. And so I put a little guide here that tells you which colors to put, because not every student remembers where each color goes. And so you want to color it in before you cut it out. It's much easier to color in before. So while you're sitting here listening, if you want to color yours in, feel free. And so this is a pocket from, I use a toddler's pants, so it would have a small pocket, and I made a little zine book to put in there with all my favorite sayings. And then I put a lot of my own artwork, so this is a piece of my own artwork there. And some more, I'm a fiber artist, so I stitched things to this. And I love this one. So this one is jukebox with all my favorite songs. And I realized that just looking at the names of the songs made me feel good. I didn't have to actually hear them. So, like Just Fine, like by Mary J. Blige, and Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. So, you know, I grew up in the 60s, so this is a lot of that. And then this says Gotta Dance, and all different dancers around here. And my favorite, there's Cheyenne from that dance movie. God, he's so cute. And there's Dirty Dancing, and there's Grease. And that's my aunt on Broadway. She danced. So and this is sponge painting. And so this is an added page that I added to the book. So I took a piece of thick scrapbook paper, and then I just made the circle, and I think I stitched it. Well, I might have not stitched that one. I usually stitch them with a zigzag stitch, and then I put that tape on top of there, and a bunch of little notes. This page was very fun. This part here is a tissue paper that I just put on there with Liquitex medium to make kind of a stained glass looking thing.
Did you actually run it through the sewing machine?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's a good question. What you have to, like, this is stitched right here.
Uh-huh.
So what you have to do is you have to take your book before you have all the stuff in it, and you have to fold it backwards so that, let me see if I can do a page doesn't have anything on it. So you take your book and you fold the whole book back like this against itself. So there's only that one page, and then
Right.
you run that through the sewing machine. Yeah, I love to sew on there. It adds more texture and stuff. So
I would be afraid of the needle making it through the layers.
I have a Bernina.
Oh,
A Bernina sews through anything. And just get a sharp needle, or it doesn't have to be that sharp. I save all the needles that are too dull to use in fabric for paper. So this is another greeting card, and I wanted it round, so I cut it round on the edges. And then this is my labyrinth page. I'm a labyrinth builder, and I haven't finished this yet, but here's a little pocket with labyrinth stuff in there. And I don't know what this is going to be yet, but it's something. So, and then this is a 3D sticker, so it actually has a texture to it. And then on Temu, these are Post-it notes that are transparent, just circles, and I love bubbles. So I just Post-it note them all over the page. And then again, Follow Your Joy was on the book. As I said, the text in the book I didn't like that much. But the titles were good. So when I went through the book to rip the pages out, I tried to leave the pages with the good titles on there. And then this was just a note card I had, so I cut a circle out with my circle punch to kind of focus on that. And then the other page that I've been working on. And I want to tell you that I have not worked on this book much in the last few months. However, I think about it, and it makes me happy when I think about it. And also, I collect things for it, and I'll show you that in just a minute too. So just the fact of thinking about it and collecting makes me happy when I'm in the middle of, stress about what the world's going on. So this is that thing that Steph taught me. What's this called, Steph?
Which one?
This is that open up one.
Oh, just the fold. I don't even remember where I found that, but it was just, I think it was a video, maybe. It's
Okay,
just
so it's
a way to fold a piece of scrapbooking paper so that it has different layers of pockets.
And I added the round pockets too.
Yeah.
So this is all about color. And so I found all of these cool color things. This is a little color book of all public domain color images. And that's the other PDF that I gave you. And I'll show you how to fold that if you don't know how to fold a zine. And these are all more cool, who is this? Like famous color people like Joseph Albers and stuff. and Munsell, that's Munsell. And I love color, so I just have all these little pieces of color in here. And this is a tag, and I put a ribbon on it with a color chart. This one has to get a ribbon. Here's another great color chart that I love, ancient, old stuff. And then I punched out on the front and the back, I punched out a hole so that when I put this, I did have to do a little math for that, sorry. But when I put this piece in there, see it, you can see the circle piece through there. Oh, and this is a piece I made. This is a magnet, bookmark, but I'm using it in here. That's my own artwork, the drawing of the hand, but I reduced it. I took a picture and reduced it. And these are just scraps of hand-painted papers and then Liquitex medium, so it makes a bookmark or something. And then this, I just stole these off of Temu, all these cool art postcards. And my favorite one, oh, there's a girl one. Some girls are just born with colors in their souls. So these were all little things you could buy at Temu. I grabbed them off there. So it's just like a cute little book of everything that has to do with color. This is a little book that tells the meaning of every color. So I loved doing that. And this is an earring. It's made out of that plasticky stuff from Temu again, and I'm gonna put a ribbon on it and, you know, hang it down from the front here. So the more tchotchkes I have, the better. I like it. But I'm just gonna show you real quick how I organize this. Is that okay, Steph? Do I have enough time?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, okay. Oh, and here's another cool thing. This is a surprise for Steph because she doesn't know it yet. I got one. When I buy this stuff, I buy two because we both love it. But it's a little fabric applique that says color outside the lines. So we're both going to get that in our book. And then this is how I organize. So I'm going to have to make this a little taller, I guess. So I have a huge 3-ring binder here. And let's see. So what I have here is so this is the stuff that Steph and I talked about, and that's all our emails and all the great ideas that we had that we maybe are going to do and maybe not, but it's all there. And then each one of these pages, plastic pages, has the stuff in it that I'm planning for a page. So when I finally have time to do a page, I just have, you know, I fill it up, I get everything I want, and everything's there. And this is the one that's for hot air balloons. I love hot air balloons. And then this is the page I already did. That was the page with the Disney stuff. And this was the page next to it with the bubbles. Let me see. There we go. So these are napkins that I'm probably going to paint on there. And then my initials are MAB, so I got a Queen Mab thing. My granddaughter, when she was 5, she said to me, "Oh, Mimi, your initials are Mab. I think that means you must be the reincarnation of the Queen of the Fairies." And I thought, yeah, I love that my granddaughter thinks I'm the reincarnation of the Queen of the Fairies. That is so cool. So this is a template that I used for another project of the goddess, and I put it in here because it's going to be somewhere. So this is just, you know, I have a page on the Aztec calendar, and I love Day of the Dead, so that's my page for that. So I'm collecting things. Oh, and the Bluebird of Happiness and the Cupid, the little Cupid dolls of happiness. And then I got some of the old pages like this that held, you know, photos. And so that's for my smaller stuff. But this is a really great, I mean, it is almost impossible to keep this much shit organized, I have to tell you. Right? So,
Yeah.
so this is my abundance page. So look at this. I got a holographic dollar sign and and a cornucopia. So that's for abundance. So anyway, all of these, and these can kind of mix and match. And these are some leftover pieces from other things. Like I could use this and add it somewhere. And then I took a class, Steph and I took this, what was that class we took in October? The scrapbooking thing? You
Um,
told me about it.
you know what? I've taken so many that they're kind of blurring
Okay.
together. What did we do in it?
We they had different things every 3 days. They had a different workshop for a month.
Oh, it was making Zen. Was
I
that
don't
it?
know. It was her introduction. Her workshop for the year is like $300, but you could pay $25 for the month of October and just get the month of October. Anyway, one of the gals told how to make letters. So I got this from that class, and that's how I made my letters and got a dance. So all of this is just, organizational stuff, and it keeps me sane. And then in the back, I have a bunch of pages. And then after this is the secret. This is the orange. The stuff beyond this is all the Steph stuff. I'm not sure. But, when you find something, I don't always know where I'm going to put it. This was funny. It says lucky and happy, and it made me feel good. So I just put it in here. And then when I'm sitting there, it makes it, I'm not like diving into an endless mound of stuff. I have everything sort of organized, and as you can see, this is a 4-inch book, and it's already too big. But those
It makes it easy to keep track of everything.
it
That's a good
does,
idea.
yeah. And those books are like they're like $35 a piece when you go to Staples, but I always go to them at the thrift store, and they price them all 99 cents no matter what they are. So,
Yeah. Well, funny you should mention that because my librarian colleague and I, every year, we go twice a year to Materials for the Arts, which is a warehouse for free everything for nonprofit places,
oh,
right? So as long as you register, you can go in and drive up with a truck and fill up your whole truck. They have everything from furniture to like theater props to arts and crafts section to fabric and paper and books and everything. So we went today actually, and
oh my God.
it's kind of like a crapshoot, some days you find everything and the car isn't big enough, and other days you find a few things. But we did okay today. We got a lot of arts and crafts stuff. I got a giant bag of wooden scrap pieces that I might use in
Ooh,
school, and fabric, and what else did I get? Like a lot of envelopes, and oh, I found perfect thing, like mini envelopes, like tiny little craft envelopes that I'm going to use for this book. So I
that's
grabbed
great.
those. Yeah, I mean, lots of cool little stuff. Um, so that we do that every Regents Week, so that we get to get out of the building and not have to stare at kids taking tests. So we go
Oh,
for the day,
cool.
and yeah, it was a nice day out of the building together on a shopping spree, and everything's free. So it's awesome.
That's awesome.
I'm sure they have things like that in every state. They should if they don't. Um,
Well, I like my scrap place, which is the reuse. It's the creative reuse. It's a thrift store of all art supplies.
yeah, when I come visit, we're going on a field trip.
Oh, guess what? I'm sorry. They're closed till September because they're moving. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, but we could maybe drive up to Charlottesville. There's one there, but they're all around the country, so everybody here should be able to find one near them. You look up creative reuse, and they all have a different like prefix. Like the one we have here is called 757 creative reuse because that's our area code. And but then there's one in Richmond called I think Scraps Creative Reuse. But they're all great.
Oh,
We have one in Austin.
oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Cool, cool.
It overwhelms me a little bit.
All right, so I'm gonna do a show and tell of mine.
And then I'll do the zine folding after that. How's that?
That's perfect. So I'm going to spotlight myself. Here we go. Um, so I created instead of I'll show you what I did. Um, I created a cover for my book. This was the cover, and I did it with needle felting. This whole thing is all needle felted. And then I was showing it to Meryl, and I'm like, haven't figured out how I'm going to attach it to the book yet. I don't know if I want to glue it to the cover or whatever. And she suggested making a sleeve to just slip in the covers so it's removable, which is exactly what I did. So I made two pockets at the ends, and I sewed two of the same pieces of the base felt and created a spine, and I put actually little beads all along the spine and
Yay!
stitched it together. Yep. And so that fit perfectly on my book cover, which I'm not going to fiddle with now. I don't want to take the time, but I loved it. I loved it. It came out great. I don't have my overhead thing set up, which was not a good idea, but like I said, I'm a little disorganized today. But so I started my book with a neurographic design so as not to put too much pressure on myself with the first page. And the cool thing about this is I don't know if you'll notice some of these little pieces have tabs. So what I did was I did the neurographic on a separate paper. And then I picked out different sections of it that I like the shape of and created like a flip up tab. And so before I glued it to the black background paper, I cut out sections of the neurographic that flip up. And underneath, I did a found poetry thing underneath each one, and glued them in the sequence underneath all the pieces. And then I covered the page in the book with the black background paper. And then I carefully glued my neurographic paper down by lifting up all the flaps so they didn't get glued down. And then I glued little tabs to the ends of it so you knew which ones to pull up. So underneath here, there's a poem that I thought was really cool. That it's just from found poetry from a random page, and I circled the words and then I glued them all along. And then you can see over here, I left the opposite page for Meryl when we do our swap. So this was fun. I like that one. I'm not sure if I'm completely done with it yet or not. And then I like this guy, so I'm leaving him alone. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with it. But then I created this really neat mandala where I sandwiched two pieces of watercolor paper together and cut out the design on both of them and then glued in cellophane of different colors so that it looks like a stained glass piece. And then I strung a piece of thread right down through the middle of it and glued it between the pages so that it kind of spins around. And I thought that was really fun. I love stained glass windows. So that's another page that I did. And then this one, we've also talked about doing interactive parts to our book because I like getting into a book where there's things to pull out or open or pull or, move around. So this kind of looks like a doorway with stairs going up, and I put in really cool brass hinges. And then when you open the door, there's a long pier to a gorgeous ocean. So that brings me joy. And I live near the ocean, and so does Meryl Ann. And living near the ocean is the most wonderful thing I've ever done in my life. And it was a dream that I always wanted to do, and I did it. And I'm
Can you
very
just
happy.
say how you attach the hinges?
Oh, I glued them.
Okay.
I used I'm trying to let's see. Yeah.
You're right. There you go.
Okay, so I bought these little tiny, where are they? Brass hinges, and I just used like a super glue,
Okay.
and put half of them on the background and half of it on the door that I found. Um, and then I skipped a couple of pages, and this one is still a work in progress. I went to a bookmaking workshop a few weeks ago, and they taught us different kinds of bookmaking, which I've done before, but the thing that I never did before was make a shaped book. And so this book is shaped like a cat, and I'm like, I have to give the cat a place to be. So I made an Amazon box so that I could make it interactive so the cat could come in and out of the box. And in the little booklet, and I love this thing. It's not even finished, but it's so adorable. So you open the first page, and inside there's a little mouse, and he comes out. It's just so cute. And then the next page, I was trying to do the book like all about what makes cats happy. And here's a ball of yarn, and the ball of yarn kind of rolls out also. And the next page is all about, be careful with this one. Okay, so this one, it's like fish. I don't know if you can tell, little fish swirling around, and it's on a spiral pop-up. Can you see the little fishies?
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
cool.
there, yeah, yeah. Um, so that's as far as I got, but I thought it was really, really, really cute. And and this is a simple pamphlet stitch, which is the easiest one. So, when you think bookmaking, it does not have to be that complicated. I put all the pages inside each other, a regular, 8.5 by 11 or whatever size it was, folded it in half, punched the holes and stitched it. And then I took the whole book and I cut it out in the shape of the cat. Um, so that was something I'd never done before. And then found I had ordered Chinese food. Maryland loves Chinese food. And I had gotten a whole bunch of really cool fortunes in one meal at one time. And I told her I'm going to save them and put them in the book. So I decided to make a whole page of fortune cookies. And I actually created my own stamp of the fortune cookie. And then I sliced it and made it so you can take the fortunes in and out of the fortune cookies and read them. And I put them on the page. I'm thinking of putting chopsticks in there somewhere also, or making
God, I
them.
love it.
Yeah. So each one of the fortunes you can take out and read, and they all were meaningful in the moment that I got them, which was the crazy part. Um, but who doesn't love a fortune and a fortune cookie? Even if you don't eat the cookie, you get love the fortunes. So that's kind of as far as I got. There's one that I'm currently working on, and where did I put here? Oh, in that workshop, the bookmaking workshop, I made this tiny little accordion book that has little pockets inside. And I made a little envelope that's inside one of the pockets that you can pull in and out. So that gave me an idea because I really love printmaking, and I love the idea of making your own stamps. And I know there's a craze right now of carving stamps out of these pink erasers. The woman who started this, she just put out a book on all her printmaking with erasers. So I decided I'm going to make prints, or stamps rather, of all the art supplies that I love using. So they're all in miniature. This is obviously my pencil. I made a ruler, my X-Acto knife, pencil sharpener, scissors, and so on. and I thought I'm going to make another little pocketbook and print all of my little art supplies on tiny little cards and put them in the pockets and insert it into my book.
Love it.
So that's my current idea that's swirling around in my head. And that's kind of as far as I've gotten at the moment. I'm always, like Meryl said, I'm always thinking about cool stuff that I can do and the pages, and I have to remember to leave pages for Meryl Ann to work on it in her book when we swap it. Which is going to be fun because then we get to play off each other's ideas and do our own interpretation of each other's pages in each other's book. And that's where I am. I mean, in these books, and I think this idea was also spurned by I can't remember her name, and I apologize. We had another woman do, Renee, was it? Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. She did a workshop last year, I think it was, of an interactive book, and she does those art books. And I was just fascinated because her books are like, you have pullouts, you have things that swirl around, and all kinds of really, you, Caroline, you remember that one, right? Yeah, I think you were there for that. You're shaking your head. And that kind of just inspired me. Like, I want to do that. And I want to learn, even if you learn the mechanics of all those cool ideas as you do your first one in practice, even if it doesn't come out perfect, it's fun to just experiment and put it in the book, you know? You're learning something new, and then you exchange the ideas with your friends. So that's how this all came about. Um, Meryl Ann, you wanted to demo
I'm going to
the
demo the book and I'm going to show how to do
pop-up.
the pop-up too. But I want to say one of the things that's really fun about this is a lot of my friends have seen my book and they know that I'm working on it. And as a result, they give me things.
Oh, cool.
One of my friends who's here tonight, Trisha, gave me this for my birthday, and it's made out of like
Let me re-spotlight you. Hang on a second.
made like it's like a fabric textile thing. And when I opened, this was my birthday card from her. And when I opened it, I'm like, oh my God, I can put this in my joy book. And she said, that's why I got it for you.
It looks like rug, like a hook rug, a rug hook.
Yeah, it does. That's what it looks like. Teensy tiny rug hooking. So I love it. So anyway, so I wanted to tell you, you know, if you tell your friends you're doing this, they're all going to go, yeah, I'm going to give you stuff. So first, I'm going to show you how to fold the zine. And you might already know this, but here's, let me switch over to my other thing. So if you have not folded a zine before, the handout that we put in the chat is going to print this out. Now, I have also printed on the other side, and that's secret information because it doesn't show, but it's fine. I like secret information. So anyway, so the way that you do this is you just fold it this way in half, and then you fold it this way in half, and then you fold it that way so it's folded in quarters, and you fold it that way in quarters. I use my bone folder, and every one of these folds I fold in both directions with the bone folder, and that way it's going to fold better. Okay.
Is anybody going to follow along with this, or are we all just watching?
I'm printing it real quick.
Okay.
All right.
I
So,
just wanted to slow you down in case anybody wanted to
okay.
work with us.
Okay, so that's pretty much straightforward. Fold in half, fold in half, fold in quarters. So you got the folds, so you have 8 pages, right? So then, or 8 sections. They're not pages yet. Then you fold it in half this way. So here's the trick part. Oh, where's my scissors? I had them. Oh, here they are. Okay. All right, so this is the part that's important. You want to be aware of where the fold is. You're going to cut from the fold into the next folded line, that's all. So I'm going to use my scissors here. Going to cut from the fold right up to there. That's it, right? See that?
You know, inevitably, every time I do this with my students, and I say 1,000 times cut from the fold, there's always one or two in every class
That don't.
that
Well,
cuts from the open ends.
well,
It's
then
hilarious.
there's tape for that.
Yeah.
So then it goes together like this. Magic. I did that fast. I'll do it again slow. But
I love zines. They're awesome.
then you have this little book. And for me, you know, it has all of these little fun color things. So I'll show you how it pops together again. So here's the thing. Here's the little thing like a puppet mouth, right? And so you fold it back this way, and then you fold it so that these things go in like that. See that? Now, from there, which one is the front? Well, it doesn't matter. Almost any one of them you could turn around to be the front page. Now, I designed this because I liked this to be the front page and the back page. But when you fold it, you know, this could be the front page, see? And then it would just open this way. Or that could be the front page.
The trick is always to make sure your folds are super crispy,
Right.
because that enables the paper, that tells the paper which way to go. If you
Yeah.
don't make them crispy, then the paper doesn't really have the direction embedded into it. It makes it much easier for it to collapse the way you want it to.
And I don't like that my printer has the white on the edge. So sometimes when I make these books, I design them so I trim off the white. I didn't do that with this one, but
Yeah, the automatic margins really throw everything off.
I hate that. But anyway, so that's my little book. And, you know, because it's for a project like this, you know, one of the things when I first glued my pages together, I was all upset because they were wrinkly. And then it turned out to be great because I didn't give a shit anymore. I just did whatever I wanted to do. So here's how you do your, I did not color this one in, but here's how you do this. So we're going to look at the rainbow again and see how it folds up. So this is now you can see I use my hole punch and I punch some stars and stuff in there too. But what it's doing here is it's glued to here, okay? So basically you're gonna just, you need to glue these two things down. Now, glue stick does not work for this. It's gonna have to be some really heavy glue. So the way I do it, this page is not decorated yet, and besides, I'm not gonna put a second one in here. But what I do, if the page was decorated, I put this here, and I will take my pencil once I decide where it's going to go, and I will draw that. And then I put some really good glue on that and some really good glue on this. I like to, this is a good glue. This is Tombow Mono. Oops.
I think double-sided tape would work also, right?
This one does. This is like, if you glue anything down with this, you're never going to get it back up in your natural lifetime. So,
What brand is that?
X-Fasten, but there's a lot of brands. This is that rolling tape.
Uh-huh.
And the problem with the rolling tape is you get one chance to get it right, and if you screw it up, you're screwed. It's good for some things. I like this because it glues really, really tight. And I think you could probably, what's her name? Eileen's would work. But so what I do here is I've drawn this line so I know where the glue needs to go. And I put some of the glue there and some of the glue on this side. And then I I glue it down here like that. Okay, so it's glued on one page. And then I take it here, and then I put the glue on this side, and I close the book. And then it glues it exactly the right place. And when you open it up, of course, I don't have glue on this, but when you open it up, it's going to open up into pop up. Isn't that cool? I love that. So that's how I do my pop ups. So what? Let me switch my video. So what's psychologically been helpful for me that I noticed was I have literally not worked on a page of this in 6 months. However, I've collected stuff. My friend gave me this card, and every time I have bought things from Temu, like these little crappy earrings that I would never wear, but they're great for the book, and things like this, and it makes me so happy. So just collecting the stuff and thinking what I'm going to do with it. And that's really the point. The point is probably not about having a finished book. The point is that in a world that's creating stress every second of every day, I have found a way to be happy and lower my stress. And whether the book ever gets, finished or not, or whatever, it doesn't even matter. It's all about, we're all have to be in charge of our own happiness, because clearly nobody else is going to be. so so
Yeah.
we take the bull by the horns and do something that makes us happy. And this book has been one of the things that has making me happiest all year. You saw my notebook of the stuff that I'm collecting. Obviously, collecting all that stuff takes a lot more time than anything you saw that's finished in my book. But it's fun and I love it. So, and look, my friend Trisha gave me this too. Trust me, I'm an artist.
I love it.
Yeah. So, I guess we're open for questions, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wanted to show one more thing.
Oh, okay,
Your
cool.
your book doesn't have to be an actual book.
Unpin me. Oh, I could
Unpin
do
you?
it.
Okay,
Okay,
one
so
sec.
people can see you.
Okay, I'll pin myself
Yeah.
one more time, or spotlight my.
There you go.
So I came across this and thought it was the most fabulous idea. A vintage telephone directory. And I think if I showed this to our students, sorry.
They wouldn't get it. What is that, right?
Yeah, students would have no idea what a rotary dial phone is. And the cool thing is whatever letter you pick, it opens up to that page.
Yeah,
And
I had one of those in the 60s.
inside, I remember my grandmother having one at an actual telephone table in her
Right.
hallway. Um, I could turn any of these pages into a memory page about a person. So
Uh,
this would be a really cool way to do a visual memory book of people that you care about, or like a family album, or so I picked this up off of eBay, and I'm keeping it in my pile of things to, projects to do before I die. So, um, I thought it was, and it's even got the Mylanta green color cover that was so popular back then.
that's
Everything was either Mylanta green or Pepto-Bismol pink in that era, remember? My grandmother's entire bathroom was Pepto-Bismol pink.
And you hated anybody who had a lot of zeros in their number because it took so long for the thing to come back.
Yes. So, yeah, so if anybody has any questions, or if you want us to do a demo of anything, just say hey. And again, I put those the PDFs are in the chat for the rainbow and the zine.
Little zine about the colors.
Yes.
I'm excited now. I want to start back on this now. I'm so excited.
I'm starting, yeah, I have literally about 12 erasers ready to be carved.
Wow.
That I put all of my little illustrations on. My whole table, my whole desk right now is covered with erasers and my carving tools. And my cat, who can't seem to leave me alone today. Really funny. I'm sorry. I apologize for the view that you're getting when he turns around. But he wants to show himself off to everybody.
So remind me again, when did y'all start this?
The book?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we had a Zoom session to set it off like end of last summer, like August, I think it was.
Yeah, we started talking about it about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
It took us a while to do a Zoom. Then we each made up our list of our favorite things. Then we saw each other's favorite things and we're like, "Oh my God, I love that too." So we had to add the other person's favorite things to our favorite things, the stuff we forgot about. And that's really a fun project. You know, if you didn't even make the book, if you just made a list of the things that you love, that's a very fun way to feel better.
And compare it to the things your friends love.
Yeah, I love the idea of doing it with a friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so we got all excited and we jumped in and did like 4 pages each or whatever it was, and then life
Stuff
slammed into us and
it happens.
neither one of us touched the book again until now. And I think, Meryl, you brought up doing this as a session, which brought it back into focus for us so that we could
Yeah.
get moving on it again. Yeah.
And it's a happy thing, and it's nice for us to share happy things with everybody. Because you know, my opinion is that almost everybody in this country is going through post-traumatic stress right now.
Oh God, yes.
As an art teacher of adults, mostly, I teach some children, but I have my own private art school and I teach private lessons. And my job many times is helping people who are, you know, I mean, I work with military people with who have been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder.
It's all art therapy, all of it.
So
Yeah. I wish that we lived closer together so like we could all get together and have like an art making therapy session like once a week or twice a month. Or how cool would that be if we all just, you know, threw all our stuff on a giant dining room table and just had at it, you know, and had fun.
well, we could do it on Zoom. You could do it on Zoom. You could, you know, everybody
Yeah.
bring their own stuff and just bring your own stuff and work on your own project.
We could do that. It's just, you know, it's more fun when you have a pile of cool stuff in the middle of the table and we're all working
Feel
together.
everybody else's cool stuff.
Yeah. Hi, Jenna. So yeah, I mean, I love this. This has been, it's always therapeutic for me to have these sessions with you guys twice a month, and I look forward to it. So you always get good ideas from other people,
Yeah.
and other interpretations of things. And if I'm not doing the lesson, then you know somebody else creative is doing the lesson, and that's awesome too. So
Another question.
yeah.
I think Marilyn, when you were showing off yours, like you were like, "Oh, I hadn't glued those pages yet." So did you not go through and glue the whole book, or did
Oh,
you?
yeah, the whole book. That's a good question. No, I did. Yeah, all my pages are glued. I just
Okay.
haven't
Okay.
decorated them yet.
I'm
Yeah.
still working my way through it, so I was wondering.
Well, and you know, mine, I glued them, and it was the first time I ever did this kind of project with the book and the gluing, and all the pages came out wrinkly, and I thought, oh God, they're all wrinkly. And then I thought, you know, this is the perfect opportunity to let my perfectionism go and just have a good time. And
Yeah.
it's been good for me that I was upset about the pages being wrinkling, because then I didn't care, and then I just threw, you know, if you don't like something, just throw more glitter on it, That'll fix it.
And it just adds more character to what you're
Yeah.
doing anyway, and personality.
Texture. It's texture.
Yes, yes. And Carolyn, you can always build your page outside your book and then put it into your book, when it's finished. And depending on what you're doing, some of the pages might dictate that you have to set it up outside the book before you put it in the book. Like my neurographic was multi-layered with the pull tabs and all that. So part of it had to be constructed on the side and then installed into the book.
Yeah, a lot of the pages that I didn't show you that are for Steph's book, I didn't have her book. So a lot of them are pretty far along put together. Some of them I only have to glue into her book because I got like all excited about that at the beginning too. And so they're just sitting there waiting for glue.
Well, that's going to be easy.
Yeah. Some of
Yeah.
them are. Yeah. And then I went crazy out of my mind with the detail on some of them, so we'll see.
That's all part. Some of them come together very quickly and others take longer to do
Yeah.
depending on what the concept is.
Yeah. But it's all fun.
Mm-hmm.
When
Yeah.
y'all did the tissue paper to make like the stained glass effect, what kind of glue did you use? Did you use like Mod Podge or?
Um, for the cellophane, I'm trying to think where I put it. I believe it's a Yoo-hoo brand, right? And it comes in kind of like a standing tube, and you can squeeze just a little bit, so like it's almost like drawing with a pencil where
Skinny, yeah.
okay, so I drew with the glue in between all the little cutouts so that the precision of placing the
Yeah.
stuff, the glue, you didn't want the glue getting anywhere. So any glue that has a very fine tip dispenser would work.
Okay.
And then I used that also to glue the two pieces together. Yeah.
It's pretty amazing all the different kinds of glues that you start
Yes.
to find when you're working with projects like this. And a lot of them work much better for some things than other ones.
When all this journaling stuff started getting really popular, the glues started becoming more refined
Yeah.
and with smaller and smaller nibs for small technical and detailed areas, and that's been wonderful. I don't know where that glue went, but it's a yellow too. It kind of looks like a torpedo shaped bottle, and I believe it's Yoo-hoo brand. Um, maybe I can't even remember what it's called. Um, you'd have to look up like fine glue dispenser Yoo-hoo brand or whatever it is. Yeah. Yoo-hoo's a great brand.
It is.
Yeah.
That's the only glue stick I use. It's the best.
Mm-hmm. And I go through them very, very quickly.
Yeah.
My
I put,
studio is such a disaster. That's the number one thing on my to-do list for the summer is to organize everything because I don't know where anything is now. I actually bought all of these cabinets behind me during spring break and organized those. But everything that you can't see, which is in front of me right now, is a holy mess. Oh my God.
yeah, mine is too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I cleaned up my table just for you guys.
So
My
you
ta-
can't show us your stuff on top of other things and
yeah,
piles.
that's right. That's right.
And I cleared off my table and my cat is on my table now. So,
It's funny.
uh, anybody else have any questions? I see two things in the chat. Yeah, organization. It's like, It's the two things I dread the most. And I was telling Carolyn, cleaning up and shutting down my art room at school is like the thing I hate the most because it's the most work. And then I have to do it at school, and then I have to come home and do it here. And it's like anxiety because it's so much, so much. But you get to see what you have, and you get to see what you don't need, and anything I don't need from here, I'm going to bring to school. So, yeah, clean out time,
Yeah.
right?
So I put in the chat for Jenna. Jenna was late. The handouts are probably only available tonight in the chat, so you might want to go download
Oh,
them.
I can post them again
I
in the
see them
chat.
in the chat. If you scroll up to the top, you can.
Yeah, but she came in after.
Oh, so she won't have it. You're right. Duh.
She won't see it, so I'm going to
Okay,
post them for
that's
you.
good. So what's in there, Jenna, is the template for the rainbow pop-up page that I showed, and the this little zine about color. And you guys can use this like in your classes. It's all everything that I put in here is public domain art. So so that's just a gift. You can use it for whatever. And you're welcome to use my artwork of the rainbow for your classes or whatever you want to do.
It says content can't be viewed.
Content can't be viewed. Where?
Huh.
Huh.
I got it.
I got it too.
Um,
Mine open.
yeah, I clicked on the download arrow and it showed there for me.
Yeah, I just clicked on the ones that I posted and they all opened. So
Yeah. Maybe you have something on your machine that's protecting you from um
Downloads.
downloads
if
that you don't.
if you can't get it, email me and then I'll email them to you.
Yeah, the new download works for me too.
Yeah. So
God forbid we update anything.
no problem, Emily. Have a good summer. Yeah, this is my last session of the school year. And
I
then
have got to come more often next year. I last year was a year of I did not do night events. I just
it was too
if I
much.
did it was something I had to do, like a school event that I had to go to.
Right. Well, if anybody has ideas or requests on what to do for next year, email me, let me know. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate your support.
How about carving those erasers?
We can do that.
Yeah.
Although it would probably just be like a work along, like a carve along together.
That's,
Um,
and then we could also carve them and then make our prints
there you go.
and put them in a little book.
A little tiny book. Little book.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah.
I let a printmaking thing for you one time.
Yes, you did. I think you were the first one who
Yeah,
did printmaking for us, and that was like what, three years
it
ago?
was a long time ago. I don't know.
Those are
I was
there.
really into it then. I need to get back into it.
Oh my gosh, Jenna. That's so funny that you say that. She mentioned that she's doing Kinusaiga quilting, and
Oh, oh,
I literally started one yesterday. And I'm considering doing it as a workshop
I think you
for sure.
should. I've seen it, but I have no idea how to do it.
It's really easy. Once the setup of it is done, it's so easy. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I will
I
do
don't
the
even know what
workshop.
it is. What is it?
It is, here's a
Oh, I'm
nice,
Oh,
looking at it. Okay, I know it. That
oh,
is so cool.
you posted one? Let me see.
I
Hold on.
just looked it up. I had
Oh,
there was
this is one that I did last year. But then I am actually working on one that's an actual quilt pattern, a quilt square pattern, which I was thinking of doing with my students. Have each student do a quilt square and then put it all together
Make a quilt. Ah.
and make a quilt. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing where you poke the fabric into the channel.
Yes. You push it into the channel, right? It's so easy and it looks so lovely.
Yeah.
And I can't believe you mentioned that. That's really funny.
That you don't have to sew.
No sewing,
Yeah, no sew quilting. That's
no
good.
sewing involved at all.
Fairfield Processing is a company that makes quilt batting. And years ago, they made a big foam, thick foam things that were like up to 30 inches square that you could make a headboard for your bed. And they were already pre-cut. And that's what you did with them. You poked the fabric in and you made decor items.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Maybe that's where it came from. I know it originated in a Japanese, it's a Japanese art form
Yeah,
that's
I'm sure it's
relatively
older
new. Yeah.
than what they did, but they did this, I don't know, it was about 20, 25 years ago, and I had a bunch of those things, and I was gonna, I was gonna do some decor with it, and then I moved, and then the decor didn't match where I was going. Never did it, but yeah, I tried it. I did try a little bit of it, and it was very, very cool. But it was big and huge, and took up a lot of space, and you needed a lot of fabric. So that now I'm seeing that your little design. So you take a X-Acto knife and cut a channel in the foam core board or something.
What you do is you get your foam board, and this is what I had in the house, so it's actually very thin.
Yeah.
You get double-sided adhesive sheets, and you cover the foam board with the adhesive.
Right.
And then you take your design, whatever it is, it has to be like a line, outline, black and white, and you attach it to the board, like
Right.
so that it doesn't move. And you cut on the lines of your design with an X-Acto blade to create the channels.
Right.
And then you each section that you're going to do, like let's pull out this little circle, you take that fabric and you peel the top of the adhesive out of that shape and you lay the fabric down
Right.
on it so it sticks. You cut around it with the scissor and then you tuck
Right.
the fabric into the channel using most people are using a seam ripper, the back of a seam ripper to push it in. And that's it.
That's cool. I love it.
Jenna, that is so cute. Oh, you're in progress too. We have the same the same backing.
Can you spotlight Jenna so we can see? Oh,
Well, she shared it as an
Posting
attachment.
She's posting them in the chat. If you
Oh,
click on it,
love it.
yeah. If you
Those are
click on it in the
so
chat.
cool.
Oh, I love that sun one.
So what's going on with the background? It says 3M on there. That means the background hasn't been put on there yet?
Right. The 3M is the top part of the adhesive. So I haven't done the background yet. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do for my background.
I love these, Jenna. These are so cool.
Yes. It's very, very soothing and very therapeutic. And I love when you tuck the fabric and you see it go into the channel. It's like, ah. It's just-
Like a noise or a feeling when you're
I don't
tucking
know
it.
what it is. It's just watching it go in and then your shape is completely perfect. I don't know what it is about it. Can you
That's very
please just stand still, Sammy, please? Oh my God. I'm covered in cat hair.
I knew the technique, but I didn't know the Japanese name.
I can't retain the name in my brain. It doesn't want to stick, and I have to look it up every time I talk about it because I can't remember it.
I have the same exact problem. It's so funny that you say that. And I keep trying to say the word, and then I say the other word for the Japanese art form with the broken, and and then they reattach it with the gold, the
Yes,
liquid
I
gold.
can't even
And then
remember
now I
that
can't
one
even think of the
either.
word. The other word, and now I can't even think of that one.
Well,
Oh
Yeah,
gosh, it's terrible, but it's so much fun. I love it.
yeah,
I
they
love it
had
too.
kids kits of this years ago, and they called it no-sew quilting.
Everything old is new again.
Yeah, so I
That's because we all need to chill out and we all need these things, to help keep our blood pressure down and our brains engaged in good things.
What's the
Yeah.
best strategy for drying your book? Did you have it like spread out open, or
Yeah, I kind of
did you
left it open.
close and
I used the clips to clip the pages together around the edges.
uh-huh.
And then you just leave it open, and it might take a couple of days depending on,
Okay.
the humidity level and all that.
yeah.
If it's
Well, it's
something
humid
that you
here.
think you're going to want to
It'll take a long
do,
time here.
if it's something that you think you're going to really get into, it might be easy to do, like one or two books together at the same time so that you can go back and
Yeah.
forth between the books when you're working on them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of doing it. I have a friend I want to try to get to do. She's an art teacher, but she doesn't teach anymore. She's kind of
Also,
homebound, and
you
I
got
think it would
the
be fun
buddy
to do with
club, the
her.
art club buddies, and get together and play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
So.
Okay.
Well, I
Well,
hope everybody's inspired for the summer.
yes, yes. I'm inspired for the end of school too.
Yeah.
I have one more week and I can't wait.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you're out later than I am, though.
yeah, we don't go back until the 8th, I think. It's the second week of September.
Yeah, we go back way earlier than that.
Yeah, we always wait until the day after Labor Day.
Yeah. I remember that when I was going to school in New York.
It's torture, like to the very last moment. It's torture. But it's okay. Classes are over. Yeah, I'm still well, no, I'm not teaching, but we have a week of proctoring Regents exams, yeah. So that'll all be over and then they have graduation and whatever. And I just have that monumental classroom cleanup this
Put
week.
on good music.
Yes. Well, actually, what I have started doing is, and I may not be able to do it while I'm inventorying, but I've been doing audiobooks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, they put me on the extended time classrooms. So all the kids that have IEPs and can take forever to finish, they put me with those kids and I sit with them for however long it takes. Yep. It's okay. I don't mind. I bring something to do with my hands and I bring the magazines that I haven't had a chance to read and, you know,
Good, you're allowed to do that. In Texas, you wouldn't be allowed to have anything with you if you were proctoring it. We just could stare
I
and
can't do that. I would lose my mind. I at least I bring in like a sewing project so my hands are busy.
Yeah.
I couldn't, yeah. Yeah. But it's almost over and we'll all be okay.
Uh,
All right. So if anybody has ideas, requests, suggestions, you can feel free to email me during the school year. I mean, uh,
this
during the summer. During the summer. Um, if we'll probably start back up again, I'm thinking October, because the month of September is insanity. Uh, and everybody just have a wonderful, safe, relaxing, restorative summer.
Mm.
How's your mom, Steph? Where is she?
She was supposed to be here. I don't know. I have to text her and find out what happened because she told me yesterday she'd be here. But she's okay. You know, just slowing down. Mom's 88 and
Wow.
for 88, she's amazing.
She's She's amazing. She is amazing.
She's
Yeah.
amazing for 88. So she's entitled to slow down, and
Yeah.
um I hope I'm as good as her when I'm 88 years old. She swears she's gonna be 100, you know, she'll live to be 100. I
Good. She probably will.
hope so. I don't need the sign-in sheet unless you need a certificate, Jenna. Do you need a certificate for this? I don't, not since school's over, right? Oh, you do? Okay. So, hmm. Email me. Can you email me? And I will send you, yes, email me the request and I will send you the certificate. No problem. I didn't even prepare that. I figured once school's over, nobody needed it. So, all right, ladies, it was super fun.
Yeah.
Meryl will talk.
Yeah. Okay. I love it.
We'll schedule our trip. Yes,
Okay.
for our visit. And thank you for your time, for sharing
Yeah,
your lovely.
it's fun.
Yes, it's always fun. All right, girls.
All
Have a
right.
good one, and I'll see you in the fall.
Thank you. Good. Have a great summer, everyone. Good night.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Bye.